Hello, I'm Hal Lublin.
And I'm Mark Gagliardi.
Since the dawn of humanity, one issue has gone unsettled. With the fate of the world in the balance, we're here to settle, once and for all.
Best butter.
That's right. Don't worry, everyone. We got this.
Podcast should have a theme song. Podcast should not have a theme song. Yes, they should. No, they shouldn't. They sound good. Yeah, but people are just going to skip past it. You know what? You're right. We got this.
You've done it again, Hal Lublin. You've sent me a topic.
You said
that
no.
I went, what? And then spent a fascinating day learning about butter.
See, if I just tell you we're recording something, you'll go and do a bunch of homework that you do not need to do because you want to come in informed.
I want to come in informed. I don't want to come in ill-informed about butter. I don't want the people of the world listening going, this guy knows nothing about butter. How is he an authority? I can make myself a masterful authority on butter in less than a day.
I'm going to make you a deal right now. If we get a bunch of feedback that is, I'm really impressed about how much you knew about butter, or I wish you would know more about butter, that is the last episode we ever record. I will 100% walk away if people are like, I wish they had known more about butter.
Wait, hold on now. Hal, don't make that claim. You might have an arch nemesis among the people of the world. One arch nemesis who's just been waiting for this moment where Hal Lublin says, if this happens, I walk.
Well,
and then they will do everything they can to facilitate that happening. And you made it the easiest thing they could do.
I said multiple reviews. If those are all the reviews that come in of an episode is I wish you had known more about it, or clearly you didn't do enough research, then we have gone so far afield for what this show is.
Yeah.
That it is over. And I will start my next podcast.
With me, right?
Yeah. We'll do a different podcast.
Okay.
Where we settle things once and for all.
Yeah.
With zero research. And just go, I don't know. It's like a 2-second podcast.
Well,
I don't know, horses, and then we're done.
Not today, Hal. Not today.
Today is not that day.
Today is not that day. No. What compelled you to ask about butter?
Well, it was our friend Chedsy22.
Hey, Chedsy. What's up? How's life up in San Francisco, in the Bay? I don't want to say San Francisco. I don't know specifically which Bay city she was in.
Yeah, that's true.
I just know the Giants hat.
How's it going in San Ramon? Let's just assume different places up in Northern California.
Can I tell you, I just went to a place in Northern California that I am embarrassed to say in over 20 years of Los Angeles life, I never went to. And that is our beautiful state capital of Sacramento.
Do you feel like that's, if you live here, you have to have visited Sacramento at some point? Did you feel like after you'd gone, did you have the sense of why have I waited so long to do this?
I think the sense that I had was, look, man, as a kid, if you live somewhere, then by the time you're 14 and graduating 8th grade, you've gone to the state capitol and taken the class picture with the governor or your state representative or something. Or I had taken Tennessee history by this time and visited Nashville. I had visited Washington, D.C. and gotten the national scope, but I hadn't gotten the California scope until now.
You know, Nashville's like a cool capital.
Sacramento's cool. Don't you knock Sacramento.
Shade against Sacramento's people. Sacramento's the city where, while waiting, I was waiting on this really wide street, and it had one of those right-hand turn lanes where it pulls off from the main road, and there's like a little island there. So a pedestrian will walk to that island, then walk across the main part of the street. Yeah. And a pedestrian was waiting there. I was at a red light, and as they were waiting, somebody rode up on a bicycle. Didn't even let the bicycle, got off, threw the bicycle down and just threw themselves at that person and started beating the crap out of them. I'm from Philadelphia. I've never seen that before in my life.
Did they know each other?
They wouldn't listen to me when I kept trying to get in between them to ask. Excuse me, sir, I'm
just curious. I don't want to step in the middle of something, but if this is a mugging, I would like to help. Not with the mugging, but you know what? I'll step aside.
I mean, if you wanted to offer me a cut, I would help. It seems like police are not interested in being part of this.
No, I liked Sacramento. It was, it felt like it's where the Transcontinental Railroad began. So there's a lot of Old West Railroad. And then it's got the state capitol, which looks like Washington, D.C. So it feels like a tiny little Washington, D.C. meets Deadwood. There's the old town. I slept on a paddle wheeler. It's crazy, this town.
What were you doing? Oh, you were up there with Edelstein.
Yeah, the Dodgers were playing in a minor league ballpark against the A's.
At the A's.
Yeah.
And Edelstein was like, we got to go see it.
We got to go see this, yeah. So we could sit up, because every seat is up close in a minor league ballpark.
Minor league stadiums are great
So
places
fun
to watch baseball, 100%.
Yeah. Anyway, the point of this is
Why did I
Northern
pick
California is great.
Okay.
And what's up, Chedsy? Thank you for the suggestion. Why butter? Why now?
She thought it was interesting. I looked at it and she wrote stuff like, there's like traditional butter. There's margarine. There's I can't believe it's not butter. There's country crock. It just got me thinking of all these different things that I've had in my home over the years that many of us have. And what is the best version of that? And then in butter itself, I immediately had a bunch of opinions too. Should I get into it? Or do you want to do your history lesson first? Should we go to
it's actually not a history lesson.
No?
This has nothing to do with history. It is one very specific thing that I learned, and it is why I have a butter that I prefer, and it is why I will forsake all other butter. It's why when I look in the fridge and Annie's gone shopping and it's a kind of butter that is not my favorite kind of butter, I will go out and get my favorite kind of butter just to have that also in there. It's one very simple thing that I never realized was the case, and it is cultured butter versus sweet cream butter. That's where the big battle, like if you're going to delineate butters, cultured butter versus sweet cream butter, cultured butter just means that the cream before it's churned is cultured with bacteria to just boost flavor, to give it this flavor boost. The bacteria eats up all the sugars in it and gives you this flavor that is butter.
Okay.
Specifically what I'm thinking of, because growing up, it was country crock for us. Yes. Then I realized that country crock is trying to mimic cultured butter.
Yes, it's a spread, not a butter.
Yeah.
What did you put in the tub? Nobody throws out a tub of country crock when it's done. You wash it out and put something else in it. What did you put in your country crock tub?
Usually
Coins?
Grapes.
Grapes. Oh, yeah. It's a good little grape holder.
It's a perfect grape holder. Yeah. Because we would get the big tub. There were 3 kids in the family. We were going through. You know what I always liked? I always liked being the one that got the new tub, because then you get that little blorp nipple.
Yeah, you can eat the blorp.
Yeah. You can eat that little blorp. If you scoop the blorp out just right, it's like a little perfect quenelle of butter, and you're like, I am French right now.
It's a Stephen J. quenelle of butter. It's throwing that one sheet up into the air.
That's right.
When you spread it on the bread, it goes.
Yeah. And weirdly, if you spread it on bread really, really thin, it writes an episode of the A-Team. Yeah. Spread it all the way. Exterior, base, day, Hannibal. What is going on here?
If you put it on thick, it thins out anyway. I love it when a spread comes together.
You know, now that I'm thinking about it, is the best butter the butter that allows for burning into shapes on toast for the Weekly World News to print pictures of? That's the best butter, right? Whatever disappearing, reappearing ink that butter is.
The butter of the Lord.
Yeah.
I would assume.
By the way, I would walk up that aisle in the Catholic Church so many more times per month if it was the butter of the Lord when you got to the front.
Yeah, well, you would slip and slide a lot, too.
Pat of butter on your tongue.
You would fall because that stuff gets everywhere.
That's true. If the priest is up there putting it on tongues as his fingers just get slicker and slicker and slicker.
Oh, dropped another one.
That's what a patent's for, Hal.
Jesus.
You were never an altar boy. That's what that stick that the altar boy stands there with.
It's a
little plate.
Pat.
It's a plate on a stick. You hold it out underneath tongues in case it falls off somebody's tongue.
Oh, that's weird. That's a weird pressure to have.
Can't hit the ground. It is a weird. I was an altar boy. I know it's a weird pressure to have.
If it hits the ground, will a demon rise up and be like, Marn? And then
I will
crumbles?
never know. I was a very good altar boy.
You didn't drop a single one.
Didn't drop nobody dropped a single one. We were always there like, nobody's ever dropped one. It'd be awesome if someone dropped one. I've never had to. This thing's been clean since my parents went to this school.
Were you nervous the first time? Were you like,
yeah.
Oh, no.
100%.
I don't want to be the one who drops one.
Yeah.
That guy looks
you want
like
to be
he's about
the
to
only
sneeze.
kid that ever, you want to be the story? You know, years ago.
When this was a church. I have a question about butter.
Okay.
You know, restaurants where you get like warm rolls and they give you those like butter discs that are like coin shaped and they are never really good tasting butter. And they also, you can't spread. You have to put it in the warm roll and then you mash it down. Right? You do the same thing. You cut it open like a Pac-Man if it's a round thing. And then in the mouth of the Pac-Man goes the butter. And then you...
Still in the sleeve or out of the sleeve?
No, out of the sleeve. Like the bare cold butter coin goes into the warm bread and then you close it. And then you sort of like... You do like a patty cake with it to get the butter to spread out.
Yeah, I'm not willing to sacrifice the sponginess of the bread for the spread of the butter. You know what I mean?
If you're
the way for those who are just listening... which would be everybody because we don't put video of these out. Hal did the I'm squishing up a baby bumblebee motion with his hands, and that would ruin the bread. Hal, that you're not at this point. You're eating a Parker pancake, not a Parker roll.
What's the Parker roll?
Parker House rolls, those just any like dinner roll, like a yeast dinner roll. Oh man.
Okay, those are good. A nice yeast roll, the little squarish ones are good.
I'll tell you what I do. Here's what I do.
Tell me.
I take the whole pat of butter. As soon as the bread gets to the table, I take one and I put the pat of butter underneath it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Classic move.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't work well, but if it's the ones where it's like at a little wax paper, like they've embossed it or something, or they've shaped it into like the family crest of the restaurant or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I feel like
then it slides out. You can't do it with that one because then it'll slide out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have to do the Pac-Man.
You have to do the
Pac-Man. Waka, 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 waka. That's my new. I'm traveling back in time this weekend, but not 250 years. I'm just going back like 40 years, and I'm going to do a Pac-Man. That wouldn't even work. I'd have to be like 44 years. Oh Lord, I'm old. Anyway.
Yeah.
Those butter discs that have like almost no taste to them.
So that's the key. Sweet cream butter is the butter with no taste to it. And
I don't like that.
I know. Why have we not? Look, America, we've done a lot of things right, but we've done a lot of things wrong. And I think not adopting cultured butter is top of that list right now for this hour. But Kerrygold is the one that I always have in the fridge. If you want to know, that's cultured butter. That's the one that's ubiquitous right now. Also, Trader Joe's has its own brand of culture that'll say cultured butter.
Yeah.
That's their version that tastes like Kerrygold.
And that's more of a yellow butter. That's how you can identify it.
It's yellower. In fact, a lot of the margarines, Country Crock, probably Parquet. All the ones back in the day. But they put something kind of like diacetyl or something in it to make it taste like it was cultured butter. Like they throw an enzyme in there so that sweet cream butter is out.
And diacetyl is one of the children from Sound of Music?
Yes. The youngest child, the one that was always slipping around because she was an altar server, and that patent, she was not good at it. There was butter everywhere.
Since you brought up Parquet.
Yeah.
Did you think as a kid, like I did, watching those commercials?
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who don't know, maybe some of our younger listeners, Parquet was a very popular margarine, and you would, I think the Parquet would say butter over and over again. And then at the end, the person would be essentially talking to a container of margarine that would be driving that person slowly crazy. I think by going butter. And then at the end it would go Parquet. He's trying to get they're trying to train this tub of butter to say Parquet, I think.
I don't remember the exact plot of the commercial, but I only remember the yellow tub, red plastic lid, how it would make it like a little mouth. And they would as the commercials got better and better, it wasn't just a Parquet tub with a string. They were getting to the point where they were doing some animations up in there, and like Parquet, they were really making a meal out of that Shakespearean actor style, just watching those lips move. And that was the part that I remember most.
Yeah.
And I would look at my Country Crock and be like, what do you have to say?
Yeah. How come you're not talking? Make those horses on you talk.
Yeah. The image on the Country Crock, though, I'm such a sucker for this is old fashioned aesthetic in anything. Country Crock tub, Trader Joe's bag, my whole wall over here. Like, I love old timey aesthetic.
Somehow that Country Crock container looks like the general store at a Cracker Barrel.
Yeah. 100%.
It's giving major Cracker Barrel energy.
Oh, yeah. If I could get the image that's on Country Crock embossed into the bottom of a cast iron pan, I would make $1 bajillion just in the Cracker Barrel store.
Country hot.
Yeah.
Pick it up. I'm going to have one where the horse is making prank calls to truck stops.
Oh, they do have that weird section, and still cassettes.
Yeah. Like, hey, you want this stand-up you've never heard of? Or how about some prank calls that will not be funny? It's they're not even prank calls. They're just phone calls.
Just telephone calls.
How's it going?
Sure, I'll pick it up Thursday. That sounds great.
Great. We'll see you then.
Okay, I appreciate your business.
Yep, I appreciate you being open. And then laughter. They pipe in laughter. Well, can you believe that one? Coming up next. Oh, somebody's ordering a magazine.
So we've determined now, I think, because there's no contest flavor-wise.
Cultured butter, yeah.
Cultured butter.
Do you like stuff mixed in? Do you like a compound butter?
That was going to be my next question. How are we dealing with this butter? There's a few different ways. I'm going to throw a few at you.
Okay.
You've got your regular butter.
Yeah.
Stick of butter, Okay, so we'll do it this way. Stick of butter, tub of butter, ghee,
Yeah.
clarified butter,
Sure.
brown butter,
Yeah.
which I only ever make by accident when I haven't scrambled the eggs enough and then the butter turns brown.
Yeah. It's good for
And
cookies.
Compound butter. What you're talking about is compound
It's
butter.
compound butter, where you take a butter and you mix in an herb of some kind. Rosemary is very popular. And then you have a rosemary butter. Here's the thing. Like, I don't mind the flavor of rosemary too much. I like it. Like if I'm making, no, it's not rosemary. I use thyme. I think when I'm making a stew, I put thyme in that I take it out. So there's just a little bit of the taste in there. And I don't want, like, don't put your butter on me, especially at a restaurant. Like, don't, if it's with the bread, if it's cooked into a thing, that's fine.
Well, I don't
The
think, why would
chicken-
you cook a compound butter into a thing instead of just adding butter and herbs?
Because people will do a compound butter on like a steak.
That's, I mean,
It'll
for
spread
finishing.
and do
Yeah.
like that. But sometimes you'll cook it in that. You'll put, while it's in the pan, you'll put that on and you'll use that to baste it.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
I
it's
gotcha.
better than just putting like, here's the herbaceous stuff in the pan and it all sort of hits the butter a little bit. This is a more direct way of getting that together. But if you're giving it to me with bread, you are a bad person.
Oh, just hard disagree. Let me ask you this. Are you a Boursin fan? Do you like the spreadable
love
Boursin
Boursin,
cheese?
yes.
Well, what's the difference between a good spreadable Boursin with herbs and a butter with herbs to
Because
spread?
that's supposed to do that. Butter already has a flavor. Don't get cute. If it's my roll,
Butter
it's
doesn't
not
have a
putting
flavor
olives
if
in
it's
the roll.
sweet cream butter.
sweet cream butter can piss off. I don't care what's in sweet cream butter. I'm not interested in the compound butter version of that. Like you might as well, if you were going to put rosemary in that, you might as well just eat wet rosemary. Same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But-
Look, we've already determined we're going cultured butter for the actual butter flavor.
Like I like maybe a less salty butter with a little bit of like flaky salt on it. That's great. I don't like
Okay.
a compound butter. I don't mind the choice of a compound butter. Don't make that the only butter you have. That's not cool.
No, well, you weren't. That is a leap, my friend. Those compound butters are recipe specific.
There are a lot of places that'll do like the restaurant will be like, we bring a very nice rosemary butter out. And you're like, well, what am I supposed to do with this? I don't want just dry, like warm bread.
You mean you don't like a compound butter at all by itself? Like
I don't want,
as a spread on bread.
I don't want your life if you're bringing, like, don't bring that to me as the only butter I can have on my bread at a restaurant. That's
Look,
very annoying to me.
I am not saying that compound butter needs to go to the top of the list here, but I'm just registering my dissent.
It has its
in this
place.
matter.
It's not, look, I'm not making the choice. I'm very impassioned about it. That was like
Sure.
the two thoughts I had where I hate those cold coins because now I'm learning sweet cream butter, no flavor.
Yeah.
Like just throw it
no
away.
flavor. What
It's
sucks
the
is
white
most of
chocolate
the
of
butter
butter.
in the United States is sweet cream butter.
It's
Nearly all
probably
of it.
cheaper. It's probably cheaper and easier to make.
Get
That's why.
if you want cheaper, get the cheap margarine that's designed to emulate fancier cultured butter.
You know what? Private equity is killing butter by making everything sweet cream. I know that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't hate a compound butter in and of itself. I love the idea of it very much because there's so much experimentation. If you're making your own, you can make a butter from scratch and then you add the salt and then whatever, like making a compound butter that way, I think is really interesting as opposed to taking an existing butter and adding something into it. I just don't like when that's like, I just want a nice, like salty umami kind of butter to put on stuff. I don't need, what are those weird mushrooms everybody likes? Truffle? Like I don't
Psilocybin?
want that. Yeah, it's with the psilocybin. I don't want psilocybin mushrooms in my butter. I'm just trying to have a
hard
regular
disagree.
dinner. Yeah, you disagree.
Hard disagree. Look, if we're talking about compound butters of this sort, let me tell you a recipe I learned in the 13th grade, freshman year of college. No. Look, I get it. I like a compound butter. A compound butter is very specific to a thing. I love something you said about experimenting with it and making your own compound butter.
Okay.
Let it soften or melt. Throw your stuff into it. Roll it up in some saran wrap. Throw it in the fridge for a while. You can cut it into those coins. I've done that before and I love doing it. If you were going to make a compound butter and dish combo that you're cooking, what is the compound butter and what's the dish that you're putting it on? That would make your blood boil less than the compound butters you've met in the past, I guess.
I would do a garlic butter on a steak.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Pretty good. What about you?
I would do
Psilocybin.
a rosemary, garlic, and a little swirl of bacon grease.
Nice. That is I like that.
And I would put it on a baked potato. That's what
I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
How you feel about whipped butter?
It feels like it's trying too hard to be like cream cheese, like whipped cream cheese. They're too close to one another. They're so similar to one another. I don't like whipped cream cheese either.
But then we got to talk technique then. We got to go back to this smushing your bread. How?
It's only the discs.
It's all about you. I know, but the discs have the same problem that non-whipped butter and non-whipped cream cheese have when they have just come out of the fridge, which is you got to let them soften for a long time. That's one of my only other beefs with butter is the softening time. And I do enjoy a whipped butter or one of those that's like, hey, we don't tell anyone we put a little bit of olive oil in this so that you can spread it right out of the fridge.
We established that you're terrified of, much like Albert in The Birdcage piercing the toast, you're concerned
I don't want to pierce the toast
when you spread that it's going to ruin everything. If you're concerned about that, you don't have to get whipped butter that they put oil in. You can get a Butterbell, which doesn't cost a lot. You know what a Butterbell is?
I mean, I want to think a Butterbell is something very cute.
It is. Imagine like a bell
name.
shape.
It's a butter. Hello, I'm Butterbell.
It's Butterbell. It's like a cup, like almost like a measuring cup, ceramic with a lid that looks like it's wearing a hat. If you turn it upside down, it looks like Belle's dress wearing a hat. In the bell, you put your butter. You bring it to like room temperature so it's soft. You put it in there. Then there is a corresponding jar that you fill with like a quarter cup of water. You put the bell in there and it preserves. You just change the water every couple days.
Yeah.
And then if you have soft butter whenever you want it.
Hal, I love that. Not only do I love it, I have one. My mom got me into it about a year ago. She was like, you got to try this butter thing.
So you know there's a solution. That's not
And for
butter.
a while we had the butter. Well, here's the problem. It's not a perfect solution because we had the butter on the counter and Annie was like, hey, just so you know, it's summer now and that butter that's on the counter is just a puddle inside the thing now. So if it gets hot out, like you use it to keep your butter soft. If the interior stays at a soft butter can hold its shape temperature. You know what I mean?
We live in the valley, but I have the air conditioning on a lot of, like we keep it like between the hottest it gets in here is like 75 degrees when we're not.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, when we're gone, we turn the AC off. So we'll come back in and be like, geez, it's 106 in here. Well,
put it in the fridge then.
It's a swimming pool. It just becomes a swimming pool at the bottom of the thing. I put it in the fridge. I take it out. Now I'm dealing with a swimming pool of butter.
Dip your toast in there. Butter dip.
My toast. Yeah, you know what? Butter dip. We didn't even have that on the list.
Right? Nobody thinks of that. Well, that's clarified butter, essentially.
Yeah. Let's talk clarified butter.
Yeah.
Technically a good contender because
lobster.
Absolutely pure. You've gotten rid of all of the milk solids. So anything that can burn in the pan is gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's not spreadable. It's just liquid, but it's got, if it's cultured, it's got all that butter flavor. You can dunk very fancy ingredients in it. I would use it for everything. For a while, I was using ghee for everything.
Me too.
Just because it's like spoonful of this in a pan instead of olive oil. It basically, for me, it became anything I would use olive oil for, but I wanted the butter flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Use clarified butter or ghee for that.
Yes, we keep ghee in the house. And there was a time where I was like dairy, for like, not dairy, whatever it is in butter, like something ghee you can have that you can't have normal butter.
So ghee, it's the butter fat separate, or like it clears out all of the milk solids.
Yes, that's what it is. So it is like a dairy-free butter, and everything. Essentially. Yeah, lactose-free. So I was using that for a while to cook everything. And it's got a bit of a strong flavor to it. So it does flavor your eggs, not quite a butter flavor. Like the butter flavor is in there. There's a little bit more just by the nature of how it's composed, but that's great to use in cooking. When I think of clarified butter, I think more of like dipping seafood in it.
Yeah. But don't sleep on it because you can't, I mean, I guess it just becomes the most expensive version because you dip lobster in it. But the reason, so ghee has that sort of nutty flavor to it because they toast the milk solids before they strip them out of it.
That's what it is.
Clarified butter, they don't do that. They just, so it has just the pure butter taste. It doesn't have that slightly toasty, slightly nuttiness that ghee's got.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think in this particular, if we're talking the liquid butter battle, I got to go with clarified butter in this one over ghee.
Yes. I like clarified butter more. I like brown butter even better for cooking.
For me, that just means I've accidentally left the butter on.
Yeah. It's also easy to burn and kind of mess up, but those little
smells
bits
like failure in
there, they're really good. It's a very good base for a chocolate chip cookie to do the butter browned. There are recipes that are great where you use it like cold, almost solid. And then there are good room temperature ones. Brown butter also really good because it gives you a depth of flavor with whatever you're cooking.
Yeah.
But I also would rather have it.
Sometimes I don't want that depth of flavor.
But those start as like a bar or a solid form. So it's more like that to me is not like clarified butter is not the best butter.
Why? I mean, it's up there for me. I think it's got all it becomes shelf stable once all the milk solids are out.
Mm-hmm. You just got
I guess, yeah, it does.
Butter juice.
Yeah.
In your fridge.
It's like butter flavored oil.
Yeah. It's the same as
which I guess isn't butter. The part of the beauty of butter is its spreadability.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you can do a lot of different things with it. You can soften it. A stick can be softened. It's a lot harder once you've clarified your butter to get it back into a butter stick. You can't do it.
Yeah, no, you can't unless you have a stick-shaped Butterbell. Oh, you want to get back into a stick shape? Well, come over here. Butterbell's gonna take care of you. let me just nuzzle down here into my rectangular form. Good, pour that ghee in here. Just pour that in. Oh, that ghee's not gonna work. It don't have any milk solids. Just the melted butter. Then just pour that melted butter in here.
That butter is just a step away from Django Unchained from Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, geez.
You had my interest. Now you have my attention. Do you think of all of the not butters? I can't believe it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Country Croc's the best.
Yeah, hands down.
Is Country Crock better than butter?
No, we're not. We're talking about butter here, Hal. We're not talking about best butter was what we determined. I can't believe it's not butter.
No.
You have to believe that it's not butter because look, facts don't care about your beliefs. It's not butter. I can't believe it's not butter. Yeah, but that doesn't matter. It's not butter.
What you believe doesn't matter. It's not a question of faith. I understand.
Yeah.
I think we agree it's cultured butter. Yeah. So let's start there. That's our base. Mm-hmm. Do you like the salt added into your butter? Or do you like to salt it yourself?
Salted butter. Give me salted butter all day.
Yeah.
Problem does come in when you're baking.
Right.
Because it's harder to control the salt level. I get that. But I tend to like things a little saltier. So it doesn't bother me if it's just a little saltier because of the butter. You know what it is? It's until today, Hal, wasn't a history lesson I was coming in with. It was one realization. And that realization was that it's the cultured butter that makes the difference and not the salt versus no salt. I thought that it was maybe Kerrygold tasted the way it does because it had a little more salt than the other butters. But you can get unsalted Kerrygold, you know?
Yeah. To me, like one thing I will do sometimes for breakfast, I'll have a couple of eggs. I'll have one slice of bread toasted. I'll spread the butter on it so it's melting.
And one slice of bread raw.
One slice of bread raw. Raw bread. Yeah. It's just flour, actually.
Just raw bread, just dough.
Just a handful of flour. Yeah. I don't have time to make dough. But I'll do the butter spread and then I'll take like a pinch of salt and I will put it over it. So I get a little bit of that saltiness. Because you use
unsalted butter?
Because I use an unsalted butter.
You're using an unsalted
butter. It's sort of like when you're making if you're making a soup or something, it is easier to season it slowly because it's a lot easier to add than it is to subtract. And if you're like this, if you don't want the salt flavor, I like not having it there when I don't want it and being able to add it in when I want it.
Yeah. I guess for me, the salted butter is a baseline that I'm happy to begin with.
Right. But
you know what I mean?
I'm a baker. So I like baking with salted butter. No es bueno.
Yeah, that's fair. I would, you know what? now that I know what I know, Hal.
Yeah.
I'm happy to go with unsalted butter. A butter that I have had before did just pop into my head and it made me go, you know what? That might be a contender that just popped up. Hal,
what butter did you have?
Have you ever had a butter candle?
Is this a trick question? What is a butter candle?
Let me set the scene for you, my friend.
Okay. I'm closing my eyes so I can picture it.
On your big board of bread. Oh, you're closing your eyes. Oh, okay. Let me set the scene for you.
You say, imagine this.
You're in a beautiful, fancy restaurant. You're in a beautiful, fancy restaurant. It's in a cave. You know, some friends told you about this place. You're like, I don't know. It's in a cave. They're like, no, they have a full kitchen. It's fine. You're like, okay, I'm gonna go to this cave restaurant. So you walk in and there's candles and it's beautiful and the whole thing is just magical. And you sit down at the table and they're like, we're going to bring you some bread and butter. And then they bring you what you don't expect, Hal. And it is a beautiful spread of all different kinds of breads. And right in the middle, standing tall, a lit candle made entirely of butter. They light that candle. And what happens when they light that candle, Hal? That butter starts to melt like wax. The butter melts and you just dip your bread in the candle, Hal. It's the fanciest, best version of butter I've ever had.
I mean, it sounds pretty good.
It's pretty great.
Have you had this before?
I have had this before.
Where?
Canada Pavilion. No, well, Canada Pavilion, I think theirs was beef tallow. But actually, in another, I don't remember where the fancy restaurant where I had the actual butter candle was. The tallow one was the first one I remembered, and then I saw a butter candle, and I was like, oh, I remember this. And they're like, this one's butter, and I'm like, even better. I don't normally spread tallow on things.
This old
butter.
Friend.
Hello, old friend.
Hello, old friend. How are you?
Yeah.
That's cool. Butter candle's cool.
Butter candle is very cool. So we know it is unsalted.
Cultured butter.
We're talking about cultured butter, unsalted.
Yeah.
In whatever form it takes.
Let's figure out a form.
Okay.
I would say it is between a stick of butter or the Kerrygold's block of butter.
Yeah, the
What would you
Kerrygold
rather
block
have?
is, I would rather have a stick because it's got the little measuring spoons on the side. It's like, here's a
Oh,
tablespoon.
yeah,
You're
you
like,
know.
great.
Oh, yeah, it's a little ruler, so you know where to cut
Yeah,
it.
it's a little ruler right there.
Well, guess
Yeah.
what?
A stick of, wait, no, hold on a second, Hal.
What?
There is no guess what yet. Because this is only one type of butter
What's the
that
other
we
kind?
have determined that this is the ultimate winner for. The question was just best butter. We have 4 other contenders
Okay.
that I'd like to talk about briefly
Sure.
to see if any of them can stand up to the pure, ubiquitous brute strength of unsalted cultured butter.
Let's see.
Nut butter,
No.
specifically peanut, almond, cashew.
Those are different. Those are a spread. You don't like, you can use
Hey.
them as an ingredient in something. I don't consider those butters. I consider those nut butters. Like you would never say,
Yeah.
what kind of butter do you want?
Hal.
Milk or peanut?
Yeah, the question was what kind of butter? This
Yeah.
was not what kind of
I'm telling you
yellow
why
pat
no
of cow's
to
milk
that.
butter.
Do you agree?
Hold on, okay. No, I don't agree.
Butterfinger.
The question was
is
best
finger one
butter.
of them? Tell me fingers
It
one
is
of them.
now.
Son
It is now. You know what? I only had,
Why am I being punished?
I did not have finger on here.
Why are you
just,
punishing
you
me?
know what? You just
You're making
you
me
just
smoke
added
the whole pack.
You just
of
added
butter?
2.
Okay.
You
Butterfinger.
have to smoke a whole pack of butter. Here, yeah. Butterfinger? No, because it begins butter. That's just a name.
Buttersworth.
Nutter
This
butter.
is Butterworth. Nutter butter. Sure.
No, if it's a proper name, we'll leave it out. Nutter butter,
Okay.
sure, we'll leave that out. Mrs. Butterworth, any proper names. But I'm looking at all the nut butters.
Okay.
I'm looking at cookie butter. Have you had Biscoff cookie butter, Hal?
I haven't, but I do love the taste of Biscoff. I can imagine what it tastes like and that I would enjoy it very much.
It's magic. And then the other, which is a staple of where I come from, apple butter. One of the
Same
most
here.
delicious, delightful uses of apples.
I grew up going to Pennsylvania Dutch country and apple butter is
yeah.
very popular there. Apple butter is
Yeah.
great. You know what you have it with?
Yeah.
Actual
You have
butter.
it with bread. If you say butter, yeah, no, you don't put actual butter
Sure you
with
do.
the
You
apple
can put
butter,
both.
do you?
You put them both there together.
I just do the apple butter.
Oh, tie them together. You're missing
Maybe
out.
because the biscuits that we're having in the South are filled with so much butter that I was always eschewed from adding extra butter on top of it. But look, if the episode today is about butter, let's go crazy. I'll put apple butter and our unsalted, cultured stick of butter. I think that was the only ones. Duck was on the list, but I don't think that's going to win.
That's a compound butter.
Do any of those in your mind, if you took away the technicality of them not being, in the butter section of the grocery store, do any of those have the power to defeat the ubiquitous butter?
No.
All right. Bring us home.
I didn't even have to explain. People of the world, the greatest butter is the butter that lives inside your hearth. Where the refrigerator is. Yeah, surprise. Don't have butter in your heart. That's bad for you. It's a nice cultured butter. It gives you that classic butter taste. Add the salt yourself later. You'll be glad that you didn't get a salted butter because it'll feel like a little too much. You'll feel assaulted by that butter. But seriously, folks, the best
Hal,
butter
this was fun. This was fun. This is that was my thing that means
Fair
I'm
enough.
leaving.
Yeah, okay.
That's it. I'm out. That arch nemesis. Oh no, my arch nemesis.
It was me all along.
Sorry, keep going. We'll do another episode next week. Wait, what?
Anyway, it's uncultured butter. Put it in a stick so you can measure it out. Asked and answered.
Thanks, Chad Z.
Thanks.
This topic is closed. This was, look, like I said, I was like, I don't know if we can do a whole thing about butter. We did a whole thing about butter.
Of course we did.
This is what this show is, and this is the people of the world knowing better than us. This is the people of the world going, this is in my head, and this has been rattling around in my head. So let's figure this out. Thank you for trusting us to be the ones to help you figure it out. We are delighted to be that for you. This topic is now closed, but there are many more topics to discuss. So please reach out to us via email at wegotthis@gmail.com or
find us on the social media at We Got This Podcast. We are at We Got This Show on Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've been going live for like a half an hour every other week, just doing fun, mess around stuff. And if you subscribe, you can get notified when we go live so you never miss it, because we don't always put it out there. We're just messing around right now. It hasn't become properly formal yet, but don't you want to be there when it does? Of course you do. Also, don't forget to join our Discord. That's bit.ly/WGT Discord. And the reason why this show continues to happen and we are hurtling towards episode number 600 is because of the support of Max Fun members. And you can become a member for as little as $5 a month, or you can pay up front and do $60 for the year. And what that gets you, in addition to knowing that you're helping to keep this show alive, is access to an entire library of bonus content from our show. 15 years worth of, not 15 years, sorry, 10 years worth of bonus content.
15 years.
Listen, I didn't say I could do math.
Did you have a co-host before me?
I don't want to talk about it. You get access to that library of bonus content we've put out during Max Fun Drives. And also we're regularly adding to that feed. So be sure to go to MaximumFun.org/join WGT. It takes just a couple of seconds. Doesn't really cost that much in the large picture of things, and it means the world to us. Thank you to producer Ken Plume, researcher Kate McManus, graphic designer Uri Kelman, and QA engineer Jen Alba.
And thanks, of course, to our musicians, Jonathan Dinerstein and Mike Furman, for our score and theme song, respectively. And thanks to you, the people of the world. Like I said, you are the spark that ignites these conversations. So thank you for that. We couldn't do the show without you. We wouldn't do the show without you. And so to you, we say thank you, thank you, thank you. For Hal Lublin, I'm Mark Gagliardi.
For Mark Gagliardi, I'm Hal Lublin. And don't worry, everybody. We got this.
We got this.
What is manners?
It's kind of a social dance that we've all agreed
Who
to.
is manners?
Well, we reference Emily Post a lot.
Why is manners?
Let's go back to royal etiquette.
Schmanners answers all these questions.
Through examining history, culture, literature, and more, we'll give you the ultimate insight on why we did it, how we do it, and why we still might do it today.
So check us out every Friday on MaximumFun.org or wherever podcasts are found.
Manners. Get it?
Good evening. Thanks for tuning in to 101.1 Max Fun. It's midnight here on Host to Coast, and we've got Sarah from Michigan on line 1.
Hi, I'm calling in for some help. I used to love reading, but between grad school, having kids, and the general state of the world, I can't seem to pick up a book and stick with it anymore.
Sarah, this is an easy one. Just listen to Reading Glasses, a podcast designed to help you read better. Bria and Mallory will get all the pressure, shame, and guilt out of your reading life. You'll be finishing books you love in no time.
Great, that sounds amazing. Also, I do think my husband is cheating on me with Mothman. Can you help me with that one?
Ooh, I don't think they cover that. Reading Glasses, every Thursday on Maximum Fun.
MaximumFun.org.
Comedy and culture.
Artist owned.
Audience supported.